King Alexander of Greece, killed by a monkey bite, 1920. King Alexander of Greece loved animals, especially his two pet monkeys. But one day, his pets got into a fight in the royal garden. Alexander tried to separate them, and they turned on him. Both monkeys bit him again and again until guards pulled them off. At first, it seemed like nothing, just scratches. But weeks later, the wounds got infected. Back then, there were no antibiotics. He died painfully, all because of a monkey fight. The death of one king changed the entire royal line of Greece. Queen Sunanda of Siam, the queen no one could touch, 1880. Queen Sunanda was young, beautiful, and deeply loved by her people. One afternoon, her royal boat capsized in the river. As she struggled to stay afloat, guards stood frozen, because in her kingdom, touching the queen was punishable by death. And so, they watched helplessly as their queen drowned right in front of them. She died not because of water, but because of rules, the kind that cared more about status than life. King Adolf Frederick of Sweden, 1771. Now this king had one true passion, food. On his last night, King sat down to a royal feast. He ate lobster, caviar, sauerkraut, champagne, and then 14 bowls of his favorite dessert, hot milk pudding. Moments later, he collapsed. Official cause of death, overconsumption of dessert. A royal reminder. Even too much pudding can end a dynasty. King Martin of Aragon died laughing, 1410. King Martin of Aragon was lying sick in bed when his court jester walked in. The king asked what took him so long. The jester replied, "Because I found a deer eating figs, and now I'm worried it might drink my wine next." The joke was so funny, the king started laughing, and then suddenly stopped. He died right there, from laughter. Literally, the joke that killed the king. King Henry I of England, poisoned by fish, 1135. King Henry loved one dish above all, lampreys, a slimy eel-like fish. His doctors begged him not to eat them. He ignored them, saying, "A king must have what he wants." That night, he got food poisoning so severe, his stomach swelled and ruptured. Witnesses said his body burst like a wineskin. And thus, the mighty king who conquered Normandy was conquered by seafood. King Charles, 8th of France, death by doorway, 1498. King Charles VIII was known for his pride and his height. One day, while walking through a narrow stone archway, his crown hit the top. He stumbled, fell backward, and cracked his skull. The King of France, killed by bad architecture. Sometimes, even stone walls are deadlier than swords. Honorable mention, King Basil, one of Byzantine, the king who was dragged by a stag, 867. It was late summer in the year 887. The air outside Constantinople was thick with heat, and Emperor Basil rode at the front of his hunting party, confident, commanding, restless. He had always loved the hunt. To him, it wasn't sport, it was proof. Proof that the peasant boy who once worked in stables now ruled an empire. When the stag appeared, it was magnificent, tall, muscular, wild. The emperor's eyes lit up. He spurred his horse forward without hesitation. Guards shouted behind him, but he was already deep between the trees. The stag ran hard. So did the emperor. Then, in a blur of motion, everything changed. The animal turned sharply. Basil leaned forward to control his mount, and in that split second, one of the stag's antlers caught his belt. The leather twisted tight around the antler. His horse kept moving. The stag bolted, and the Emperor of Byzantium was ripped from the saddle. He hit the ground hard, but he did not stop. The stag dragged him through brush and stone, over roots and dirt. His crown was gone. His breath knocked from his chest. Armor scraping. Bones striking the earth again and again. The forest swallowed the sound of his authority. Guards finally caught up, hacking at the stag, cutting him free. But by then, the damage was done. He was carried back to the palace not as a conqueror, but as a broken man. In golden halls lined with icons and silk, the emperor lay weakened. Fever came. Pain lingered. His body never recovered from the violence of that single moment. Weeks later, he was dead. Not slain in battle, not poisoned in conspiracy, not overthrown. Dragged down by a creature he meant to conquer. A ruler who rose from nothing. Brought down by a hunting accident in the woods. Power can win thrones, but it cannot negotiate with fate. From monkeys to pudding, from laughter to lampreys, these deaths prove one thing. No crown can save you from fate. Which royal death shocked you the most? Comment below and subscribe Deadly Explainer before history repeats itself.